I have been relearning my native language for 1 year. If you're new to the channel, I'm Marissa. I am a Polish American citizen and I grew up a Polish English bilingual baby. But by the time I finished high school, my Polish was basically destroyed, and now I'm on a mission to relearn my native language. Check out that video if you want more of the backstory, but for today, we are here to celebrate 1 year of relearning Polish. In this video, we're going to be flashing back because the day before I started relearning Polish, I recorded myself doing my best to try to answer a couple of questions that as a kid I should have been able to answer in Polish. Today, I'm going to answer those same questions and we're going to play the videos forward and backward together so you can see what my progress this year has actually been like. But before we do that, I want to go over a little bit about my timeline so you can get a more realistic idea of the force that had to go into this so you can work on your own language learning in context that doesn't become a weird YouTube competition. So let's jump in. I've officially been relearning Polish for 12 months now, and the first 6 months I was learning it for about an hour to 3 hours every day in quarantine. In May 2021, as restrictions started to get lifted and I was kind of tired of studying languages in my apartment all day, I took a month to recover from a little bit of burnout. Then in June, I got back on it and I was doing about an hour a day for the month. And then in July, my circumstances changed. I had to go back to work and I took another break. According to my many habit trackers, I spent somewhere around 300 to 320 hours in the past year seriously learning Polish. Now, that obviously includes the 2 months where I took breaks, and I am a little frustrated that I wasn't able to really put in my full force for a full year like I had wanted to, but I'm more frustrated with the situations of my life and not myself. In language learning, we can't control anything. We can just control how we use the time we're given, how we experiment, how we practice, how we organize ourselves. And so one of the big things I had to really work on this year was accepting the things I couldn't control and changing the things I could. Okay, now let's see the fruit of that labor, the speaking part. In the clips you're about to see, I am extremely anxious. I plopped myself down in front of the camera. It was before I recorded any other of the videos on this channel. So I'm not my usual hyperactive, organized self. I hope you'll forgive me, but honestly, at that time, like through most of my adult life, thinking about Polish and my abilities or lack with Polish was just something that was majorly triggering. And so with this video, you're not only going to see a change in vocabulary and speaking and grammar and all that stuff, but you're also going to see a major shift in my attitude. None of this has anything to do with like showmanship. It is genuinely a change in my mindset about Polish, about my heritage, about myself, and honestly is the product of not only the language learning process, but so much therapy related to this. So here we go, the first question. Also, none of this is scripted, obviously. What is your name and where are you from? What is your name and where do you come from? Jestem Marysa. Jestem Marysa. Jestem Polską. Jestem Stany Zjednoczone, ale jestem Polką i Amerykanką. Jest trochę dziwne, bo dla mnie, bo też mówię po hiszpańsku, American, po hiszpańsku, po angielsku, moim zdaniem po francusku. To znaczy w Ameryce Południowej, Ameryce Północy i chcę mówić, jestem jakąś Stany Zjednoczoną, mimo że wiem, że to nie jest. Tego nie jest słów. Where do you live now? Should I do these in English? Should I do these in Polish? Where do you live now? Teraz gdzie mieszkasz? Mieszkam w Nowej Anglii i to region w Stany Zjednoczone na północnym wschodzie.
What food do you like or not like?
What food do you like or not like? Nie wiem, jak tego mówi po polsku. Myślę, że to, nie. Whatever. I don't know how to translate that in Polish. My cases are still a little.
Lubiam. The only word I can think of is marchewki.
Okej, a co lubię? Bardzo lubię potrawy meksykańskie. Myślę, że są bardzo proste, ale też smaczne.
Lubiam any words. If I can come up with any words. What did you do today after you woke up?
Co zrobiłaś dzisiaj poza wstaczeniem?
I worked. Pracowałam. I think that's Latin language interference.
Uczyłam się języków jak codziennie. Trochę pracowałam. Dzisiaj jest co jest? Dzisiaj jest moim dniem wolnym? Day off? Nie wiem, jak to mówię. Ale też pracowałam trochę, bo mam biznes i kiedy masz biznes, musisz zawsze musisz trochę pracować.
After this interview, what will you do?
Myślę, że będę, nie wiem, chyba czegoś przygotować, chyba spacerować psami, relaksować. Myślę, że będę relaksować. Też chcę czytać trochę po angielsku, ale tylko nie chcę pracować. To wszystko.
What did you not like about school as a kid? Nie lubiłam. I don't know if that's past tense. Nie lubiłam szkoły. Nie lubiłam szkoły. I don't know if that's right.
Wiesz co? Nie podobały mi się, jak się mówi, nie profesory, ale uczycielki. Tak, nie podobały mi się nauczycielki. Dla mnie, bo tak, mam dużo energii, było bardzo twardo. Nie. Było bardzo... I just said it. Trudno skoncentrować się na tematu, na przymiotkę.
What clothes do you like to wear?
Co ci się spodoba nosić? Normalnie noszę... Oh man, my brain is switching to French. Co noszę? Czarną sukienkę, a też leginsy. Normalnie też pobuty. Nie wiem, jak to mówić, pobuty. Like boots, nie buty, takie generic, ale boots, wiesz?
When I'm saying like no, I don't know, it's like I'm thinking of words and I'm thinking of I'm visualizing stuff and I'm thinking about colors or stories and I'm thinking of stuff, but I can't even find little words to hang it all on.
Dla mnie nie chcę zdecydować, czego chcę nosić codziennie, tylko chcę to nosić. Bez myśli? like without thinking? No? Bezmischli? That's a year. That was so much work. Okay, so I had all these kind of lofty sub goals in year one, many of which I didn't reach because of the 2 months I had to take off for burnout and then work. And so I'm going to learn from that while setting my year two goals, because I didn't hit my vocab goals. I didn't hit my goal of finishing A2, but that's honestly not a big deal considering how far I've come in a year and the fact that I'm not burned out. So for year two, instead of saying that I want to finish B1, which is this like original idealized schedule I had, I'm going to step back and reassess what's actually going to be possible in year two, considering that I'm going to have to go back to working at my crazy business full time and then some. Obviously, I still have a lot of problems at the A1 and A2 levels. If you do speak Polish, then you know my cases, even the ones that I sometimes use right, I sometimes don't use right. So I definitely want to fully master everything that I, in theory, know, so I can use it more effortlessly. So instead of like pushing myself forward and launching myself into like finishing B1, I want to fully master the concepts that are mostly grammatical in the A's. I also want to continue to grow my vocabulary, but not on the same jet fueled, super fast trajectory I was on earlier, but something that is more sustainable long term, since the next year or two are probably going to be a little weird for me. And overall, move into B1, but definitely with a quality over quantity approach. So we will see what the next year holds. I am so excited to continue updating this series. I'm so excited to continue with me as I go forward. And I can't wait to update you with more heritage language stuff this fall.